One of the largest jobs here is maintaining the grounds, and actually the largest job in that is weeding. We don't really use pesticides here. I like trying to be a little bit eco-friendly. Obviously, I'm a bit of a petrol head. I've got a couple of cars, and I like that sort of thing. In fact, my friends have actually said I might be Jeremy Clarkson's love child because of my love of all things petrol. But that doesn't mean we can't all do our bit. And one of the things that we do here is we avoid pesticides because of the bees, and we let in the spring we let everything overgrow to begin with, just so the bees have got something to feed on. But do you know what? It looks really, really pretty. Obviously, this is usually our lovely back garden, and this is our event space. But it's really beautiful to see all of these. They are buttercups, I believe, and the huge daisies and everything. And seeing, of course, the bees flying around and getting their spring dinner. It's really, really nice. But it is time to get this under control shortly. I think I'll start with the patio and the weeds which I don't want. As you can tell by my slight squinting, I imagine, it is bright sunshine, and that's always a great motivation to get stuff done. I really, really, really want our first barbecue of the year here. Just Angela and I having a nice evening on the patio. So I'm gonna get this open ready. But like anything, the weeds are here. So time to tidy up. It's these things that spring up everywhere. And to be honest though, very satisfying. Simply pulling them up. They've got a really long root system. And they just spring up everywhere. Easy enough though. An hour a day keeps the weeds away, as they say. That's looking quite a bit better. Some of the smaller stuff will come out with a gravel rake, and you just rake it over, pull the weeds roots out, and then they die in the heat. And some of this stuff, I'm not sure what these little blue flowers are. As I say, weeds, just flowers growing in the wrong place. Angelina wants to transplant them, so I won't go any further into there. Time to sort out the steps.
So lots of you have asked about the area of the steps leading up to kitchen garden. We are having a really weird weather here in May, and spring hasn't really started. It's so cold and so rainy. We even have hailstones raining down, and then 5 minutes later it's really strong sunshine. So there's a lot of rain, which is the perfect condition for weeds. As you can see, this side is full of weeds. This winter my beautiful ground cover succulents have actually died, so I'm a bit sad about that. But nevertheless, this is what I'm trying to create on both sides. So here is really gorgeous ornamental variegated grass, which is going to bush out. I really like that. And at the top and all throughout is I'm hanging like basically lobelia, which is going to be again ground cover, which is going to be so nice. You're going to have this pale blue color, and then the variegated colors, on the border. So it's going to look really nice, neat and tidy, but it's taking its time because it is raining a lot. And lots of you asked about the potholes as well, how they're holding up. Now, if you're interested, as you can see, it's holding up really, really well. And we've got really strong rain and lots of it. Obviously, we have heavy cars and trailers going past, and it hasn't budged at all. So this solution, it worked well when we filled the potholes. And if you're interested to see how that's done, check out the episode coming up on screen. Just catching up on some of the spring tasks here. Here is what I'm doing, just painting trailers, one of the many spring things to do to be ready for when spring actually comes. And here is the final and finished result. And as you can see, we've even gone ahead and cut a new floor and stained it. So it looks really, really wonderful and ready to be used forevermore.
So this is some 18mm marine ply that I've sealed and stained, cut to size, because the old floor was completely rotten. We bought this really cheap, this trailer, because it was rough around the edges, and it's really good for sticking on the back of a lawnmower, because it's a bit bigger than the ones you buy for a lawnmower, isn't it?
Yeah.
And going around here with the stuff you need to move, tools, you know, wood, all sorts of little things. But it isn't really big enough for going to the skip for the amount of stuff that we need to take on a regular basis. And because we were doing the floor, Angelina painted up all of the sides. As you can see, we're collecting some bits from the tree we're parking it under. But just generally, it was all of this. That's plastic, but it was all metal. Was this colour, starting to rust on the surfaces. So
it's looking tidy.
Bit of hammerite.
Perfect, but at least it's protected, and we can use it more rather than it basically rusting away and going to waste. And well, it was a really good first trailer that we had, didn't we? I think.
Yeah.
It was a good trial, and we quickly learned after the first run that it was never going to be big enough.
That's right. I've just spotted something in the background. Can we show that everyone? I want to show people just so they get. Yeah.
All right. So this is the exciting bit for our future project, and you know, as you're probably starting to gather, we get products, and so that we can complete projects later on. These are pink rose bushes, so they will bush out. They will only be about this high, very typically French, and there's going to be hundreds of pink roses around. There's 30 in here, and the idea is that they go all around the moat. So I presume I will need to get some more, but it's a good start.
Yeah, and I'll treat everyone. Why not? Sorry. If anyone's wondering why I'm having a weird camera angle, then it's because we've got some stuff that we're not going to show you into the later video in the background, and I was hiding it. This is the bank. We can go all the way from the bridge to over here. This is where they're going to go. So we should have nice little pink rose bushes as the border here. As you can see, we're just making a start here to clear this area, and when we can get that done, that'll look wonderful. Like everything here, it's baby steps, bit by bit.
I mean, the thing is, the idea is that we need colour in this place. It is, as I always say, 50 shades of green and 50 shades of grey, and I need some colour in between. So hopefully this will be the start of it.
Yeah, fingers crossed. Lots of weeding by me for these little things to be planted and then get growing nicely. In the meantime, however, we have a little trailer for you. Now I just need to fix a mower to tow it around with.
And it's another job ticked off the list, so we're really happy. We're starting to really tidy up and make progress.
That's right. Right, on to the next jobs.
Which ones?
All of them. All of them. Spring is beautiful here, and it's lovely. The birds, which you can hear right now, the crickets and the grasshoppers in the grass. It really is something that's very nice, for me certainly. Hear it? It's beautiful. One of the downsides that goes with that, of course, with all of this sort of the grounds and the nature, is looking after it. Worse still is when you get the weather we've had for the last 3 weeks or so of bright, intense sunshine like you see right now. in between torrential rain. So everything is perfect growing weather. So I'm doing the grass, but struggling a bit. So in this little front garden off the side are the septic tanks, and they're dug down there and hidden. But this grass here, after this was dug, this was put down completely the wrong grass, because that section over there does get a lot more sunlight, don't get me wrong, in comparison to this section. It's just a thick, very hardy grass, which grows better and thicker than any of the rest, which would be great if it wasn't like knee height and the poor old mower's struggling to get through it. It's worth it in the end. It's funny though, isn't it? The silly things that we complain about. My grass is too long in my huge garden. You have to give yourself a reality check sometimes, don't you? Not the world's best job, but a couple of passes will do it. Right, first pass done, and that's the hardest. Just let it dry out a little bit and do another couple of runs, getting a bit shorter. I've always loved this little spot, but it's always covered in ivy, because it's got a great view of the little swan house we did. So I think we'd like to put a little bench here. What do you think? I think a bench would be nice here. Nice little spot in the sun, looking back at the chateau. Yeah, I think so.
And as always, a special thanks to our VIP tier patrons. If you'd like to become a patron, then simply head over to the link in the description. That will open the page with all the membership levels. You can read what each tier level offers. Also, a special thanks to anyone who buys us a coffee. Again, the link would be in description comments. And if you'd like to buy us a coffee, head over to the link to buy as many coffees as you'd like and leave us a message. We love reading all the comments sent to us with the coffees.
And if anyone wants to follow us on Instagram or Facebook, the links are above now. And lastly, just thank you to everybody for watching our videos, especially those that let the ads run and help us with the little bits of pennies that add up for the channel. Thank you so much. See you next week.
If you like this episode, then don't forget to subscribe and check out the other episodes suggested coming up on screen now.